How's it going? Welcome to today's lesson on section 12.5, which is called Recursive Rules. It's the last section we'll cover before our test on chapter 10/12. So the first question, what the heck is a recursive rule? Basically it's a rule that gives the beginning term or terms an equation that relies on the most previous terms. So if I've thoroughly confused you, I did my job. Just kidding. It is tricky. I'll do an example of recursive rule very shortly, but it's something where you're given like the first term or the second term, and then there's an equation that kind of relies on what you know already to help you get what comes next. How's it in the rules we had for arithmetic and geometric sequences? The previous rules were explicit. What that means is that we could find any term we wanted right away. Whereas for the recursive rules, you can only get the most consecutive term. So let's look at an example. Write the first 6 terms of the sequence below. So notice you see these subscripts here, right? A minus 1 is one term behind an. So for example, if n equals 0, or actually let me take that back. If n equals 1, a1 equals a0 plus 4. Now we already know that a0 is 1, so 1 plus 4 is 5. So all the recursive rule is doing for us is calculating each term in succession. Now if I said find me the 10th term, I first have to find this first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth until I get to the 10th term. So I can't get to the 10th term right away. I have to find all the other terms along the way to the 10th term. So now n equals 2, a2 equals a1 plus 4. Notice how I'm going to use the most previous term to now calculate a2. So that'll be 9. Okay, when n equals 3. a3 will equal a2 plus 4, which will be 9 plus 4, 13. So I think you start to notice a pattern. It seems like we're adding 4 every single time. So my guess is that a4 will be 17, and a5 will be 21. Because of the plus 4, that's why it's called recurring, or recursive. It's a recurring operation. We're simply adding 4 every single time. That's all. And the first one we had, that was 1. So 1, 5, 9, 13, 17, 21. Okay, write a recursive rule for the sequence below. So now we have to write a rule. So here we're given a rule. Number 1, we had to write the first 6 terms. Here we have the first few terms, in this case first 5 terms. We got to write a rule. So here's how I do it. First, find the pattern. It's always the first step. So the pattern, if you think about it, changing colors. Looks like we have a common ratio. I wouldn't say a common difference because the difference between the first two terms is 24. Then the difference for the second and third terms is 60, so that wouldn't work for us. But if you think about it, A2 divided by A1 is 40 over 16, which is 2.5, and A3 over A2 is 100 over 40, which is also 2.5, and it seems like we always get 2.5 if I ever divide consecutive terms. So second step, assign a value for A1 and write a recursive equation. So clearly A1 is going to be 16. And it seems that we're always multiplying by 2.5, so I'm just going to do this. That'll be my final answer. A1 equals 16, so that's to get the thing kick-started. And I'm just multiplying 2.5 every term. So an minus 1, as long as it's one term behind an, it seems like I always multiply by 2.5 to get to the future term. So that's what we do. Okay, one more, and I'm done with the video. Now, in this case, what's the pattern? There's no common difference, nor a common ratio. So think about it. Do you see a pattern here? For those who are not familiar, for those who are familiar with the Fibonacci sequence, that's what we have here. If you think about it, it seems like the first two terms add up to the third term, likewise second term and third term add up to fourth term, and so forth. See how 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5. So I'm going to write this. A1 equals 1, A2 equals 1, AN equals AN minus 1 plus AN minus 2 for N greater than 2. So, for example, if I plug in 3 for N, A3 will equal A2 plus A1. If I plug in 4 for N, A4 equals A3 plus A2. And so forth. So if you just keep doing it, it just keeps repeating itself. Or like A5 equals A4 plus A3, A6 equals A5 plus A4. So I think you guys get the idea. So we'll practice this on Friday, and I'm all done. Short video. I'm sure you guys like that. See you guys later. Bye.